Do you remember Fortnite's open world mode? Of course you don't. Back in 2021, Epic was working on a Primal style open world sandbox mode for Fortnite, which was leaked during Primal season. This was a really cool concept that seemingly didn't go anywhere, and we haven't heard anything about it for a couple of years, so I decided to bring it back and try to remake it in the Unreal editor for Fortnite. The key word there is, I tried. So, stay tuned for that. First thing we've got to do, as always, just to go into landscape mode and create ourselves a landscape. So we're going to create this little island here that actually looks a bit small. So I'm going to scale that up by 2 times. We're going to create that using chapter 2 terrain, and then we're just going to start creating our island here. So we've kind of got our base thing here, our little island, but we need an ocean. That's why we've got so much sand here. This needs to feel like a really isolated island where we really need to fight for our... That's not how you spell ocean. Where we really need to fight for our resources. I'm going to chuck down an ocean. Oh no, we have rematerialized our island. We've got to make sure the ocean goes up to a nice point. That's a little too far up, I think. That looks nice. Okay. Just gonna get rid of that. There's like a hole in the floor there. How do I get rid of this? Can I just like bring that bad boy in? Move all the splines into the same place? I can. Okay. Now there's no hole in there's a mini hole in the ocean. Now what we need to do is you can see that I've made this hill up here, try and feel like the hill from that one piece of concept art. But what I want to do now is kind of give it that primal feel. So I need to make a primal biome. And to do that, I'm going to go to layer 1, which is the dirt layer. As you can see, it just creates a dirt pattern. I'm going to turn the strength right down. And I'm going to like make little, you can see I'm making just little splots. So the grass stays, and it's got this really nice orangey color. It's not quite the same as the primal, that's a bit too much. But you can kind of see what I'm going for here. That will create a nice primal effect. But to create that primal feel, what we really need is the primal towers. I'm going to go into the content browser here, and I'm going to search for the Spire towers. I am bad at spelling today. Spire towers. I'm going to create some of these, and then what we're going to do to give them the primal effect is get some directional launchers, which you can just call D launchers. Yep, get the primal D launcher, and my game just crashed, didn't it? Yep. You can see that we have a primal tower here, so the player can run all the way up to the top, and then they can launch off of here into the horizon, and we're going to copy that, and we're going to create another one over here, plop him down there, like that. There we go. And then we're going to create another one, like so. The ground is a little flat below this one, so I'm going to bring it up a little bit. So we can kind of create this little plateau here. Smooth it out so it goes into the terrain really nicely. You know what, we'll flatten it out so we can create this cool little ledge here. And then smooth it a bit so it feels a bit more natural. And there you go, those are the Spire towers. So what we need to do now is to create the main spire, which is going to go right in the middle of the island here. It's so funny to me. Why did they make this thing a prop and creative? But you know what? I won't complain. It creates the authentic spire tower existence. So we're going to want to kind of make it go into the mountain a bit. Yeah, I'm liking that. And then we kind of... Oh, it's gone. There we go. Oh, look at that. Lovely. And then we can grab the large tower. Why is it up there? Spin that around like so. And then we have the spire tower. We need the 0 point on top and just make sure that's slotted in. I think that automatically did it pretty much. Yeah, that looks good, actually. That looks good. And then we can just grab some 0 point spikes just to add to the shell where the foundation sealed himself in. Okay, the rest requires me to launch a session, which means my game is now going to use about 8,000 gigabytes of RAM, so that's fun. But we can now decorate this island with some of the things we see in the concept images. Naturally, the first thing I need to remake is that little starting area with the campfire and the tent. That should be fairly basic to do, it's not much, so I think I'm just going to start by putting that down here in the middle here. Starting area is done. We've got a lovely little campfire here, a little tent, some some pretty scuffed torches, but it's right, we've got a couple of rocks, and then we've got this cool item area. Obviously only the names of the items was given in the images, but I decided to, as we have all the items in creative, I decided to get a little bit creative and create these cool little podiums where the sparks are flying up with the weapons held in stasis, where you can come over, you can grab them, and then you can go off to fight. And I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. I use these little panels from Neo Tilted, which are the same ones I think from the lobby but screens, which I think is a really cool thing. So yeah, now I need to make that a little hut, and that could be difficult as it doesn't use Fortnite assets, so I'm going to try and make it using Fortnite assets. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit this is scuffed. But I tried. Some of the textures haven't changed in the session here, but they've changed in the editor. But from the one image total of the interior. I tried my best to recreate the interior of the cabin. I think it's meant to be on a much smaller scale as opposed to created here, but I'm happy with what I've done. I'm actually quite proud of this little ladder thing here. And yeah, this is the remake of the cabin. We don't really know what it was for, that's the issue. We have no idea what this game mode would have been about. So the next part, which is meant to be like coding mechanics, I don't really know what to do. All I can do, I guess, is just add wildlife, so I guess that's what I'm going to do now. So, boom. Wildlife. And that's pretty much all we can do for mechanics. We genuinely have no idea what this map would have been about. So, the one thing that's left to do, I guess, is to just chuck down a ton of trees. That's pretty much the entire variety of trees on the map. So I guess I've just got to go chuck a ton of those around now. Oh, why did I do this? Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't doing all that. Yeah, so we kind of got the tall pine trees here. We've got some autumn trees. Whoa, quick life hack to get more trees. How did I do that? Now that makes me a true magician right there. I am just so dedicated to my craft. Wow. Oh, they're gone. Well, there you have it, and I spawned in the floor. This was truly a terrible idea. Well, that is technically content, so that's me satisfied for the day. Enjoy. Subscribe if you want to see more of this. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you if you don't.